let's be together.
Yeah.
You guys who are supporting the ICC process, with your posters on your side, and then we are not opposing on the with posters on the other side. And then we can show that we are
we are democratic.
As much as it's democracy that we want. That's all.
But also
you guys,
peaceful.
Okay. Can you pick your posters? You guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we are once again here back at the embassy. We want to demonstrate that we would like to have the ICC process be brought back to Kenya. We know that we are divided. We know that we have both sides, the proposing side and the opposing side. But one thing I want to say is that we are all united in diversity. We cannot be able to agree with one another, but what we can do is that live in harmony despite of all disagreements. And at the moment is that we cannot mortgage our country. Kenyans, we support local judicial process. We demand fairness, stop biased trials in the ICC, no trials at the Hague. ICC stop interfering with our sovereignty and say big no to biased process. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that let us see that we, at the end of the day, live united. Thank you.
Fellow countrymen and women, we stand here today brought by very unfortunate circumstances, but we stand together, as you have seen, united as a people. The circumstances that bring us here today is of our own making. The building that you see behind you is a building that stands on a free nation based on democratic process and rights and equality for all its citizens. This building and the coat of arms that you see behind you is a building that represents the people of Kenya. It represents all the diversity and the differences that we have as a people. But for me, it represents more. It represents a country of 30 million or more people, but highly divided on ethnicism. But we come here today to show support to post-election violence victims, because I believe that the people who got killed during 2008 died for nothing. Nothing in the sense that those who are accused to have perpetrated this violence, today they are going to face the law. And as you may have known, the law in Holland is not for sale. So we come here today to show solidarity with those people who were brutally murdered, to hundreds of thousands who were displaced in their own country, some of them still languishing in IDP settlements, refugees in their own country. We want to show solidarity with them and to tell them that we are their people, we do exist and we do love them. But before we do that, I would also want to hit a code of reconciliation, because we cannot do that without reconciliation. First, we have to be able to look at each other in the eye and say, yes, mistakes have been done, yes, there's a possibility to make reparations, and yes, there's a possibility to create equitable law that will make sure that justice prevails in our country. Today we are in Holland because we failed to provide justice in Kenya. Don't let anybody tell you that those people who are at The Hague today, the Ocampo 6, were caught from nowhere and brought to the ICC. It is the parliament that brought them here, not The Hague, not the government of Holland, and not the ICC tribunal. It is the parliament of Kenya. These are people we have elected ourselves. But how did we elect them? To me, we have failed there again. We cannot pull back the clock on displaced people, but at least we can put the clock right. We can set the clock right so that we have a new beginning, so that children of our country can go to school knowing that they will come back home and their parents will be home, so that the teachers can go to their classrooms tomorrow knowing that their pupils will also come to the classrooms tomorrow. This is what we must do, and as parents, this is something that we really have to do. But another thing we also have to look into is the question of being neighbors. We must forever vow to be our neighbors' keepers. We should not be the ones killing our own neighbors, because all of a sudden the boy you have been to in school for so many years becomes Mkikuyu. The girl you've been seeing or suddenly becomes a Luo or a Kamba, all this. That is something we must remove. Our young people must get their rights to do what they want. They must have the freedom to go out with whoever they want. The only obligation we have to have with them is the obligation of security and the obligation that they become their friends' keepers too. This is the message that I bring to you, and this is the message that most of the people of Kenya want.